Welcome to Growl, your source for Chicago Bears and NFL news. And now your host and Bears expert, Gage.
Welcome to Growl. I'm Gage, your host for Bears and NFL news, and welcome back to today's video, where I am thankfully a Bears fan, and Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings. If you don't get that inside joke, you should probably be watching more. You're probably slacking on watching my YouTube videos. So today we're going to be recapping the season and quickly mentioning the Super Bowl. So first, the Super Bowl. The Bucs defense dominated the entire game. Pressure, they were only rushing. I heard they were only rushing Mahomes with like 4 pass rushers for like 80% of the game. And most of their QB pressures was when they were rushing with 4 defensive linemen. So, like, they dominated. Devin White and Shaquille Barrett, like, they were on. Like, just like Tom Brady even said in the after game when he was doing an interview, he said, we had our best game of the season. And you could clearly see when they stomped Kansas City to 31-9. Like, and so, like I was saying, Bucs defense dominated, held Patrick Mahomes in the most electric offense that we've seen in a very, very long time. So maybe even the best electrifying offense ever in the history of the NFL, and held them to 0 touchdowns. 0. The other thing is Tyreek Hill was silent in this game. They constantly had him under control, and they constantly knew where he was, had 2 guys on him, but at the same time managed to have Travis Kelce all tied up, and they were definitely playing very physical, and again, the penalties definitely helped, and Tyrann Mathieu on the defense didn't really do anything, but yeah, the penalties were a huge part of that game. Will the Bucs be back is what we're all thinking to ourselves. My prediction is, I'm going to say yes, because I don't see in the NFL enough talent. If the Bucs, and just thinking about it, like looking at all the contracts, I do think that the Bucs are going to have most of their players back. So, and I don't see enough talent that can beat that. Like, even take away like Ronald Jones even from the Bucs. Chris Godwin was a huge part, and I know he's going to be in free agency, but maybe they can figure out a way to re-sign him. But, like, I think they're going to be back, not unfortunately, but I do think they're going to be back. Okay, so now recapping the season. As most of you know, the Bears still couldn't figure out their QB situation. The Steelers are really unpredictable. I saw a stat. It was like a Monday night game or Tuesday night or Wednesday night or Thursday night or Friday night or Saturday night. I don't remember. When they're playing some random team. And a stat came up that said, like, there's been 6 teams to start 11-0. And 100% of them made it, 100%, like 85%. There's only like, I think it said 4 out of 5, maybe 4 out of 5 teams made it and won the Super Bowl. And then they lost that game, and the next game, and the next game, and the next game, and so they finished, 12-4? Like, that's crazy. And then the Chiefs are, even though they lost that game, they're really proving themselves as, like, a legit franchise now. Like, they're there. Like, it's not any, like, fluke. The Colts have a legit team in defense. Like, they had Phillip Rivers, and he literally just retired. And he led them to the playoffs. And, like, they were almost as good as the Titans, and we all think the Titans are, like, up here, so why aren't the Colts up here? The NFC East is a disaster. For you guys that don't know, that's the Washington football team. It's the football team, the Eagles. Which football team? No, I mean the Washington football team, the Eagles and the Cowboys and the Giants. And that is just a mess. We had a 7-9 team go to the playoffs. That's really a disaster. And the Ravens, who were like 10-6 or 11-5 or something like that, barely made the wild card the wild card game. Like what? That's crazy. We still don't know if the Seahawks are legit because they lost in the first round of the playoffs. Like, everyone thought that they were going to be a huge contender for the Super Bowl. And like I was saying, the Ravens are an interesting topic because they didn't really have a good season until Lamar Jackson seemingly turned everything around in the last half of the season. I'm telling you, I'm not a Ravens fan. I'm not a Ravens fan. I'm just talking about that. But also for the off season, me and my dad decided goodbye, Allen Robinson. It's really been good watching you catch the football. Have a great rest of your career. Hopefully you'll have a good quarterback. We do not think he's going to be on the Bears. There's no way. R.I.P. Allen Robinson and the Bears. Which just means that our offense is going to be even more of a disaster next year. But that wraps up today's video. And stay with me. I'll see you next time on Growl.